Here is a broadcast by Senator the Honourable Nigel Scullion for the National Party for the 2013 election.
Sometimes people who live in regional Australia feel that their issues are overcrowded by issues in the big capital cities. The issues in the regions are different. They're different in terms of economic development and jobs, and they're different in terms of service delivery in areas such as education and health. The Nationals, led by Warren Truss, understand your issues. We live in regional Australia. The Nationals have always been a grassroots party standing up for the issues that matter to regional Australia. I'm Nigel Scullion, Senator for the Northern Territory. I've lived in the Northern Territory for 25 years and I've proudly represented Territorians for a decade. As Deputy Leader of the Nationals, I'd be in Cabinet in a coalition government. That will give me a great opportunity to stand up for regional Australia. I've always been a fierce advocate for regional Australia, and I know that the regions need jobs. Locking up vast parts of the country and our oceans and blocking economic development is often not in the best interest of regional Australia. Like many Australians, I have a passion for fishing, and I'm concerned that both recreational angling and commercial fishing are under threat. The Nationals will always argue for a common sense approach to prevail. If the Coalition wins government, Tony Abbott has said that I will be Minister for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Affairs. As Minister, my absolute priority will be economic development. Too many Aboriginal people are still outside of the mainstream economy. I've been telling Aboriginal land councils that we will stand with them to remove the barriers to economic development. We will make sure Aboriginal people have better access to quality education, real jobs and business opportunities. This is something only the Coalition can deliver. We will move Indigenous Affairs to the Department of Prime Minister and Cabinet. There will be a Prime Minister's Indigenous Advisory Council. I will consult with elders on a leader-to-leader basis, and I'll be listening to the locals. We'll be working with Andrew Forrest to create 5,000 real jobs for Indigenous Australians. And we'll be working with other business leaders. There'll be a guaranteed job at the completion of our Indigenous trading programs. Like every other Australian, Aboriginal people want better value for money from government programs. We'll make sure more money hits the ground and produces real results. We support closing the gap targets, but sadly, under Labor, we know we're going backwards. It's results that count. Now, Warren Truss and I understand that. Labor has badly mismanaged remote Indigenous housing. We will end the waste and we will do much better to ensure the houses are built. Our policies are aimed at practical changes to improve the lives of Aboriginal people. But there is still an important place for symbolism. Constitutional recognition of Aboriginal people will be a key step in overcoming Indigenous disadvantage. If we get this right as a nation, we'll be able to work together to write a new story for all of us. The Nationals is the only party dedicated to regional and rural Australia. We'll help grow the economy in areas outside metropolitan centres. We will build better roads, improve education. We'll improve health services and help families with the cost of living pressures. We'll untangle the red and green tape holding back small business and tourism. We also have a plan to develop Northern Australia, to improve transport and water infrastructure in the regions. The Nationals speak for everyone in regional Australia. If you want better results in education, jobs and economic development, vote for the Nationals. We will be fighting for a fairer share for regional Australia. For a better future for regional rural Australia, go with the Nationals.
Authorised by Scott Mitchell for the Nationals, Canberra.